Hi guys, welcome to this week's review. Obviously it was a much better result for us on the weekend. I thought our intensity of our ball movement was very good. Defensively we started off well, got the game on our terms and was pleasing to get the result. We've been working hard over a number of weeks. Our training form has been very good. Unfortunately that hasn't replicated in game, so we're really pleased to actually see the scoreboard tick our way. So we'll just go over a few key edits. The big one for us defensively, we were able to restrict the Giants to 23% and they only scored 1 goal 3, of which 1 goal 1 came in the first 3 of their first defensive 50 chains. So after that initial period, they really struggled to score from their back end, which was great. Defensive formation was very good behind the ball. Midfield I thought was outstanding at stopping and nullifying their run and carry, which we always knew was a strength. I think they were AFL number 1 or 2 for handball receives from that back end. So we did that to a very, very good standard. From centre back, they were also down to a rate of 28%. So a good thing from us, our point of view, is defensively we ranked AFL 3 in that area of the ground, which is a high scoring area for the opposition for most clubs. So for us to be a good defensive side from there is really a really positive step for us. So we'll just look at a couple of examples from here. So if we just look at these highlighted players here, this is Alex Rance is highlighted in yellow with also I think it is Reece Conker in this situation. Reece has picked up Alex's man on the left of screen, and we'll see this play here unfold. You watch Alex trade up to Reece's man and then he redirects Reece to the middle of the ground where the spare is, which is pleasing for us. So if you just watch this one, they hand over here, which is good, and you can see Alex communicate to Reece that spare is coming through the middle of the ground, which I think was Townsend at that stage. So that was something we spoke about from a couple of weeks ago that we didn't think was done to the level required. We were really pleased that has stepped up this week. It's important that we continue with it against the Bombers. This one here is similar. You can see highlighted here is Basher Hooley and Brett Deledio. We often speak to our guys about working smarter, not necessarily harder. You can see you've got two players there coming, two GWS players coming together towards both, one towards Brett and one towards Basher. So obviously they'll look to do a handover here, which you see, which is really important. So that way they're working smarter, not necessarily harder. So it just saves their legs, so then we can get involved with the game for an offensive fashion. And then finally, this is probably the best one here. You can see Dylan Grimes, and there was a really welcome addition to the side, as was Matt D. You watch this bit of play here. Matthew McDonough comes up to his opponent. Dylan signals to Basher Hooley to take that guy on the outside, and then Dylan picks up his opponent, which is a great result. Grimes and D were fantastic, both their first games back, but we can notice our defensive formation improved once those guys entered the side. Despite losing clearance by -4, we kicked 9 goals 3 to 1 goal 3. The majority of this was in the first half, where we kicked 7 goals 1. The disappointing thing from our clearance point of view is we got beaten comprehensively in centre bounce 9 to -22, and we actually play the AFL number 1 clearance side in Essendon this week, so obviously we've got to fix that and make sure we get the result going our way. We just watch this bit of play here. This is defensive 50 stoppage goal, so we're going to the left of screen. Just want you to watch the life and death of our players here, then to win the ball and then to share the ball around, which obviously was a lot better. Matty D, straight to Brett Deledio, Brett run and carry, which I think he had 800 metres gained on the weekend, which is significant. This is a great thing about Jack and his team play. Fantastic kick inside, and then we get a nice lead up to Ben Griffiths. And we managed to kick 2 goals from defensive 50 on the weekend. You're probably lucky to kick maybe 10 or 12 a year, so that was a really good result from our boys. And finally, last week we spoke about our goal kicking, which was disappointing. We kicked 2 goals 10 from shots outside 40. This week we actually kicked 10 goals 4, so it just goes to show it's not so much a technique-based thing, it's more of a mindset-based thing. You'll probably hear the players' music in the background. That drives me insane on a weekly basis. Techno, overrated. But if we have a look at the scoring chart from here, that's obviously last week's scoring chart. You can see there the 210, and this is a pleasing thing. This week we kicked 10 goals 4. So the guys, whether from a mental point of view switched on, not too sure, but we managed to get the result going our way. So that's this week's review. Look, Dreamtime at the G, it's a significant game. We're very privileged to be playing in this game. It is a great honour to honour the Indigenous players of past and present. The players will wear this Guernsey here, which is a outstanding design by a young Indigenous artist. You'll see these stripes here on the front represent the male Indigenous population, and on the back the more curved lines represent the female form, which is a brilliant design, and we're looking forward to honouring it on the weekend. So let's make sure we get there. This jumper will be for sale in the shop before the game, so make sure you get in there and grab one, because they are a brilliant design, and we hope to honour this one and have a good win on the weekend. So we'll see you at the G. See you guys.